Another thing I'd like to talk to you about is dreams. Everybody likes to use Acts 2 um, to justify all their dreams and visions and whatnot. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we have to remember that we have to always test our dreams in light of Scripture, first of all. And also, we have to, it should be verified, in a sense. It should be tested, basically. I believe that God, when He gives us a vision, He reveals it to us very clearly. It's not obscure type of thinking. Like, I'll give you an example. Some people, like, they'll say, oh, I dreamt of the train. And so, like, everybody's hopping on this train. So basically, the Lord's saying the rapture's coming and taking us away in this one particular train. And I look at that and I think, okay, that's crazy. I mean, I look at it could just been you saw a train the other day and your mind just kind of went into a train situation, or you have an obsession with trains, or maybe God's telling you you're gonna have a train ride one day or something, or you're gonna win a ticket on a trip to the Go Transit train or something like that. I had a dream when I was young. It was in my early, I think it was in my teens, no, my early 20s. I had a dream that, this airplane, and we're at an airport, and this airplane was sitting there waiting for my family to take us. And, in the dream, I was, in my mind, was thinking that this is the rapture, and God's taking us away in an airplane. I had another dream that, I was taken up into clouds, like, but, when I look back at it, like, okay, I was dreaming my immediate family would be on this airplane ride. This is like 20 odd years ago, my family were Christians then. My sister now, she's like an atheist. So what do you do with that, right? Like, she, does the dream come true now? Like, what if God returns like tomorrow? My sister's definitely not coming because she's rejected God for like, 20 odd years. And, and she's rejected God in everything she does. She doesn't even believe in God. Doesn't believe in the Bible, doesn't believe in anything like that, Just thinks that God's an evil God that, brings on all sorts of suffering and evil and stuff. So, is that a prophetic dream that's coming true? I'm not sure. I don't think it is. I think it was just a dream I had of a plane, and take it for what it is. Maybe it will come true, but it didn't necessarily mean that it was going to happen that particular time. You got to remember, this dream was like 25 years ago or so, right? So I think we have to be really careful when we have these dreams. Lots of people are having dreams, and hey, the Lord does speak to us in dreams. It's very clear, obviously. But let's look at a dream in the New Testament, or a vision. Like, what comes to my mind is the vision of Peter, with the food and all that. Well, God was very clear to him on what He meant by that type of stuff. And it was verified later to him, too, as well. And even Paul later on rebuked Peter for sitting with the Gentiles, or was sitting with the Jews instead of not with the Gentiles, because he wanted to hang out with Barnabas and all those other guys who were Jews, who were basically distancing themselves from the Gentiles. So, God is very clear in that vision, and Peter knew it, and he knew very clearly what God was saying, and that particular thing happened in his, in that time frame. It didn't happen like 40 years later. it happened just, almost immediately after basically had that vision, things like that. So I think we have to be really, 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 really careful, There's apparently this guy was saying there's a statistic out there on the internet. It's like something like 3.7 million people who are having dreams of the rapture. Well, I'm not going to discount that, but who's to say that the majority of that stuff is just in people's minds? They hear some preacher talk about it, and it's in their minds. Our minds are really funny things. Our consciousness is really weird. Science can't even understand consciousness. They don't even know what it is. They don't. Science will admit that. So we just have to be really, really careful in that sense.